Hey there, welcome to Contracts and Chaos. My name's Alyssa.
And I'm Brenna, and we are here to tell you that you are not alone in the mayhem of this real estate industry.
We're keeping it real and sharing our stories, strategies, and successes in today's real estate world.
So come join us every Tuesday while we talk contracts and chaos. I hope so, because I just hit go.
All right, guys, we are halfway through the year. And if you know Brenna and I...
Yeah, how did that? I just posted on my story yesterday something like, does anybody feel like January took like a whole year and then we skipped March and April and somehow it's the 4th of July and tomorrow's going to probably be Christmas?
I saw that.
And the number of people that have messaged me and been like, yes, what the F happened this year? Because I swear January really did take all 12 months to happen, and then I blinked and here we are, middle of the year. We are done our second 12 weeks and getting ready to start our third. So
yeah, absolutely, that's exactly how I felt about it. I saw that yesterday and I was like, yes. That is like, how is it like my annual trip home is in 3 weeks? How's that possible? I haven't lost all the weight yet. That's not possible.
Right. It's 12 weeks. Can't be up. I didn't get all my to-do list done.
Like when you mentioned it last week, I was like, wait, what? Okay.
Is it really?
I was like, oh,
sure
crap.
is. Sure is, really. So
okay,
let's do this. Our little recap. You can go first.
Hold on. We're doing recap first. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't do shit. Let me just put that out there. I wanted 8 closings.
That's a lie, though.
I wanted 8 closings. I had 4. When did third quarter start?
But...
Yeah, I think I had 4. I think all 4.
2 days ago.
Second quarter. Second quarter was March. Yeah. So I had 4, which is cool.
Yeah. Well, no. March was in the first quarter. April starts the second quarter. April, May, June.
Okay. I think I still had 4. I'd have to look at when they closed. But things are picking up, so I'm good with that. I did not follow the 100 leads process. I have not got my monthly newsletter up and running. So let's lay this out here. In the middle of this, I left my team, and I'm on my own, which my team wasn't giving me leads or anything. So that's not part of this, but I've on like the back end had to rebuild some things. Like I have to go through my whole CRM and clean up 4,000 contacts because when I uploaded them from Google, it went in a hot mess. So me trying to send monthly newsletter or deal of the week emails would be pointless right now because it's not going to work correctly, and that will just make me look worse. I did kind of follow a weekly video schedule. I've gotten better at that. I've gotten more creative with my weekly videos or my listing videos. I don't know if we've mentioned it before.
Basic Becky.
Yeah, big deck energy. And right, I have not even thought of YouTube. Just because I have been so focused on, okay, I got to rebuild this infrastructure on the back end right now. But considering, again, I've been wicked busy and haven't been doing the things I said I was going to do, I'm cool with where I am. Like, I get it. And some of these people are people that, like, I had been talking to for months who weren't sure. And some of them are new agents who need a lot of, like, hand-holding, which is totally fine. I'm good with that. I will be honest, I totally fell off the tracks this time. But I've also had more business come in right now. So it's like I have one that closed Monday. I have a big fish under contract that went under contract yesterday. I have a listing that's closing next week. And I have a buyer I'm taking to what I think is going to be the perfect property tonight. That's an off-market deal. So there's been a lot of behind the scenes, like digging through foreclosures and expireds and reaching out to those people to be like, hey, I have a VA buyer. Are you interested in selling? If I can make my pipeline, if I can get everyone in there closed this year, I'll be more than fine. Like, I don't need new business right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm good. I'm comfortable.
No, we love that. Okay, so my quick rundown. I wanted to do 5 transactions this quarter, the second quarter, and I closed 7.
Nice.
So that's great. That kind of puts me back, and I figured that's how it was going to be because I wanted to do 20 this year, and I only did 3 the first quarter. So I'm back to like, on track to where I need to be. But right now I have 5 currently active listings and 2 more coming next
Damn,
week.
girl.
So that'll be great. And then I've picked up a bunch of buyers in the last month or so. So I have one of those currently under contract. I've got 3 more out looking. So I've been busy. So I'm very excited to film our transaction coordinator video because I think I'm going to like
It's time.
I'll have 7 active
You need one.
listings. You know what I mean? It's
It's
time.
time. And let me tell you, like,
So,
I didn't even touch on that. That was a decision off plan that I made and worth every freaking penny. Every penny.
yeah, like at this point, I'm like, Brenna, what the F are
Yeah.
you doing? You know what I mean? Like, we could be doing other things. Like, I missed 2, and I'll be honest, I missed 2 weekly emails. Like, I've been doing the monthly ones, but I've been sending out weekly emails to even like my old lead database and things like that. And I missed 2 weeks this quarter. And they were both weeks after, it was the last week of May when my kids got out of school, and it was 1 week in June. And that's not an excuse. I forgot, honestly. And then by the time I remembered, it was like Saturday, and I'm like, oh, I'm not sending an email on a Saturday. Could I do it just to like get it out there? Yes, but I'm not going to,
Right.
because that's just me fudging the fact that I effed up. So we'll get back on that, because it is like I am seeing like interaction results from that, so that'll stay going. I was supposed to dive into Pinterest in second quarter, and I really did not. I got like some of the stuff set up, but as far as the actual posting and tagging and things, I don't, because I don't have. They're saying like when you start Pinterest, you really need to have like 50 pins and content things that you have for yourself, and I don't have those 50 things. So the lead magnets and things that I've been accruing are going to be Pinterest worthy, of course, because then it just leads to a link for them to download that thing. But I need to have more of that lined up. So that's rolling into quarter 3. And then the other thing we kind of talked about was just me being set up for ultimately this summer with the kids being out of school. And so far, I think that this has been the best summer in real estate that we've had so far. And we still got some time to go. But so far, me like writing down what I'm doing every day on the big dry erase calendar in the kitchen has been so good. Like, they know exactly what I'm doing. They know that I'm busy
Right.
until 10:45, and then we are leaving, So that's been really good. Yeah, it's just like goes to show, like, you keep doing the work and things happen. It's really hard. I'm the worst person for it, because I'm like, oh, quarter 1, I'm like, why isn't this working?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, right, quarter 2, we've got 7 closings, 5 new listings. Like, it happens. It just happens very dramatically
Right.
sometimes.
Right.
That's what it feels like. But that's the short version of my 12-week in business.
Well, I think
last
like
quarter.
you hit some more numbers than you wanted. I'm at least pushing towards them. I am counting quarter 2 as a success. Knowing what happened in the background for both of us, like your horse is extremely injured. I left a team and I'm like rebuilding infrastructure because of that. Like, I'm good. Are you good? Do you feel good about it?
I do feel good, and I feel like I'm set right now. I'm set, like you said, everything that I have active, things that are coming active even in the next week, the buyers that I'm like, everything is pointing that I should hit or exceed that 20 transaction goal this year.
Right.
So, I mean, is it okay for me to take my foot off the gas pedal? No, I don't think so.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, oh wow, I've got so much, like there's no way I can even imagine closing all of this.
Right.
Not yet, but I am glad to see that it seemed to pick up more this quarter. But again, we're headed, this next quarter will be, I think, good, and then we're gonna be back into the holidays.
Yeah,
so,
but like last
I think
2
we've got.
years, 3 years, I'm sorry, my holiday season's bussin'. Like, it is.
See, mine too, except for this last year. Last year's last quarter and this year's first quarter was not at all, because normally the last quarter is my busiest quarter.
It was busy for me. First quarter was dead this year. First quarter was one deal, and it was But it was like I hadn't let my foot off. It was just the way the mark, like I knew I wasn't the only agent
Yep.
in that boat, so I didn't feel awful about it.
Yep.
But yes, I'm if my pipeline closes, then yes, I'm good. I'm not gonna stop pursuing new people because these people may not find what they want. But
Right.
I'm not scared about the end of the year. And I don't. Are we gonna do third quarter goals on the next one? We'll do that as a quickie too.
Oh, you can go. It depends on. I know what I'm
Are you good?
working on this
Okay.
year, so it's
So
yeah.
okay. My third quarter goals, and I'm only talking business ones. We're not talking family or personal. Um, I want at least 5 closings. I'm hoping that it started July 1st, right? Technically, I already have one. Whatever.
Woohoo!
Right.
Way to go.
I have one next week, and I have one right now in August. And I'm pushing for. I'm taking a client to a house tonight that I think, if he doesn't buy this house, I'm just gonna be like, dude, you have unrealistic expectations. But I think this one's gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
So I feel good on that number so far because there's 3. If I get 2 more in this quarter, I'm happy. And I've got plenty of time to get those. So I'm switching things up a little bit. I've really been wanting to pursue expired listings and foreclosures. And there's a coach in Real who charges a fee, but I'm looking into seeing if maybe I want to do that. Because he also gives you the leads on it, and he coaches you how, especially foreclosures, how to pursue them in a successful manner. And that's been my like hurdle. I'm like, I don't know how to like. I can mail him a letter, but no one has responded. I'm like, I've sent like a couple dozen letters, so let's mix this up a little bit. I am going to put strong referral offers in different groups. I'm going to jump into Real Estate Mastermind. I'm going to jump into pages within our firm and other real estate like Facebook pages and be like, hey, the first 2 referrals you send to me, 40% split. Let me be your Charlotte area real estate agent. Now, am I going to lose some money on the front end? Absolutely. But people are going to see that. That's going to make me visible. That's going to hopefully push me maybe not ahead of, but at least near some of the well-known agents in the area who, when you jump in those groups, every time it's blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I'm never going to win. But if I say, hey, I'd love to help and I'm going to give you a 40% referral fee, people are going to go, oh, who's that girl? What, you want to give me how much? So I'm implementing that. I'm dedicated to doing a weekly video about a local business. And a weekly listing video, even if it's just touring new construction. People need to see what's out here. So if you have your listings coming up, I'm gonna come take some videos if you're okay with it.
Okay.
I'm gonna boost my videos and my posts. We mentioned this on the last episode about lead magnets. I'm throwing some money behind my Facebook this year or this quarter. I want to see what happens when I do that. And now that I have my infrastructure, like my CRM clean back up, I'm going to start doing the emails. I've looked into Flowdesk. I think I am going to implement that for them, and squeeze pages and stuff like that. So the deal of the week, the community events, the monthly newsletter, because it's working really well for you. So I'm going to copy you.
Okay, great.
I've like kind of been paying. I'm like, so that's why like some of my questions when you bring that up are very strategic. I'm like, so how's it going? Like, what's happening here?
Specific. But no, listen, that's like we work close. Like you're not that
right,
far
but we
away
don't
from
really
me. But honest to God,
often.
we're we really like. I can't think of like too many times that we've like stepped on each other's toes on the same listing area. You know.
Yeah.
So and even if, and honest to goodness, I've won listing appointments against other agents that I know, and I've lost them to other agents that I know. It's not, there's a lot of real estate agents in our area, and I just feel like everybody gets to be more successful the more helpful we actually are, because then we can only improve as an industry because we have a really bad rep out there.
Yes.
Okay, so if we just stop being hateful and cutthroat, and it's a dog eat dog world out there, and just like we all work together, that I think that it will just be so much better for us and the consumers.
Exactly. And then
No gatekeeping over
yeah,
here.
I'm gonna really work hard on getting my business set up. And I have LLC in here again, but I really need to. I think I have to get my broker's license to do that, and it seems like
Mm-hmm.
that's probably the best way to go versus a sole proprietorship. Um, so I'm gonna try and get that figured out. This like at least figure. Okay, do I need to get my BIC license? If so, then we're gonna start that process. And that
Mm-hmm.
might be like a hey, I work on BIC license fourth quarter if things slow down, like depending on when I have the time to take the
Yeah.
class. I do want to build a team.
Yeah.
I really want to build a marketing team. Brenna's like, fuck no. It's not gonna be a
No.
rainmaker.
I was asked to help somebody, like, to be like, oh, will you like partner with me and grow it? No.
Yeah,
Nope.
I'm
Mm-mm.
not saying I'm
Not
starting
interested.
my team this quarter, but I'm doing some heavy research as to how it works and if I want to. Um, we'll see how that works. And I would like another 5 agents next quarter. I really want that. So
Yes.
I'm gonna
Same.
push more coffee and collaboration. We actually started one up in Hickory, girlfriend.
Oh, I saw like so it's once a month, right? Ariel texted
Every
me.
other week, yeah. Um, but it's
Okay.
like
Mm-hmm.
kind of once a month this month because of the way the 4th of July fell. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then I want to talk about the firm more on my social media. There's gonna be
Yeah.
more um excuse me, more
Lots of cool stuff happening
yeah,
over
because I feel
here.
like
So I
I've
mean, I feel
stepped
like
away
people
from
are.
talking about it and I need to be back in it.
Mm-hmm.
So but yeah,
Yeah.
those are my 12-week goals.
All right. Mine are. I am pushing for 7. I'm going to say it. I've been saying 5 each quarter, but I would love to get 7 closings this quarter because the way that the last quarter of the last year was, I just like, I'd love to do 7. I know that this quarter is going to be harder for me and I'm going to have to like really push for my prospecting and things like that because I will be gone for 17 days out of the next
I'm
quarter.
gone at least
We
10.
leave Yeah, we leave on the 12th of this month for a wedding and my sister's bachelorette party. And then her wedding is the middle of September. So, and with summer and kids all in there, I know that I really have to be very, very specific about my time
Yes.
blocking and like following what I set for myself. So, self accountability and just accountability in general is going to be like, it will be the deciding factor how this quarter goes for me. But I do want to do 7, and there's no reason that I shouldn't be able to with the number of buyers that are actively working, the listings that I have. Though I will tell you, listings, man, buyers are just digging their heels in and just not interested. The number of showings in the last few weeks has been absurd. And by absurd, I mean non
Girl,
existent.
the house I just went under contract
It's
on, I
insane.
pulled, so you know how like you can use showing time to see approximate showing
Yeah.
history? House had been on the
Yeah.
market 45 days,
Uh huh.
5 showings. They
Yeah.
dropped the price. We were the first showing.
Mm-hmm.
They had one other showing while we were negotiating. We
Mm-hmm.
came in $98,000 under asking. We are closing $65,000 under asking.
That's awesome.
I thought my
That's
client was
awesome.
crazy.
And
I was like, there's no way. Because, like, the comps
mm-hmm.
fully support that purchase
Mm-hmm.
price, fully
Mm-hmm.
support it.
Well, but that's the problem. Like me as a listing agent, I know that I can get an appraisal at that
Yeah.
price. But these buyers are like, no way would I pay that. Not and a 7.5% interest
Yeah.
rate.
I was
So
shocked.
it's so
Shocked.
hard. But then for the buyers agents out there, and this is so off topic, but make the offer.
Right.
Okay, it is not 2020 or 2021 where you're like they're listed at 375, they're gonna close at
Right.
400.
No, we're
Like
not in
there's
that
no
at
way
all
around
right
it.
now.
No, we are not. Make the offer, have the conversation, negotiate. If they need $10,000 in closing costs, ask for it because sellers are just out here like crickets,
Right.
crickets.
Well, and like this,
Crickets.
we negotiated everything yesterday. There was a potential for a lease back period. There was a potential for a 60-day close to give her time to find a place. This literally came down to $26. I can't fucking make
Yikes.
it up. I was like, oh, okay. Like, and I get why, like,
Oh,
that number is very special to my clients, and it needed to be in the deal
mm-hmm,
somewhere. If they couldn't close
mm-hmm,
on the 26th, they were like, okay, then we want this. And I was like, all right, cool. So, yeah, make the
mm-hmm.
offer. If your clients are interested, like, I'm telling you, we came in
Just get it out there.
98,000. Now, this is a different price point,
I would say it's a big price
but
point. Yeah. We're not saying offer $98,000 less on a
right,
$250,000
exactly.
house. Now, don't be
Right. We're
dramatic.
like, guys, this is like we're talking $1 million price point. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, write the offer or at least make the call and be like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
like I had an agent, the other listing I have that closes next week. She was like, oh, well, we're going to talk about things when we both get back from vacation. And I was like, all right. Well, we had an offer that we were negotiating. And I said, hey, one more chance. Are you guys thinking? And she was like, well, we're still out of the country. Like, we'll talk when we get back. I
That's
went under
terrible.
contract that night. She was like, I thought you were waiting. No, I
Mm-hmm.
never said that. I said this was,
I'm
are you
not
guys
waiting for you.
interested?
Yeah.
So and that was 11 days in. That offer had come in on the first day. We had been negotiating because it was contingent on a sale. So we were like, hey, like, are you guys thinking of it? Like, I'm going to do my due diligence for my clients and call everyone who showed it. And,
Mm-hmm.
like, sorry, you missed it. I've asked you twice now. Someone else was like, oh, well, they're
Yep.
still working on their pre approval. A week later? Like, if it's taking, sorry, then I'm
Right.
not taking you seriously. But yeah, make the call and be like, where are you on things? Or ask, like, is
Yep.
this like, what do you need? Like, it was crazy
Yep.
to me the last two listings. Only one agent called. I just got offers in my email blindly. And I was like,
Yeah,
who the
which
fuck is
also
this?
blows my mind.
And then,
Right.
like, no one was asking questions. No one was doing follow up to say, hey, like, we noticed you've been on the market 10 days. Where y'all at? No,
Mm-hmm.
it was just like, okay.
Yep.
And I had a full price offer sitting there. We were just waiting for the buyers to go under contract before we technically accepted it. So, yeah,
We can do
we can
we
do
can do
better.
better. Anyways,
But
yeah. I think 7 is it. I think I can do 7 this quarter. The other thing, like I said, Pinterest is rolling into quarter 3. I should be starting to actually post in those boards and things this quarter because I have some stuff like built up there. Definitely going to still do the newsletter now that I have like the what's it called? Oh, the profit first system. All the my income and bank accounts split out. Like I see like my operating expenses number. So I'm boosting more posts, doing like I actually have go share my Facebook post, Alyssa, because you could get $100 gift card if you just share
ooh,
my
do
listing.
agents qualify for that?
Yeah, sure, share it. I'm just trying to get it out there in front of people because I don't know what else to do
Right?
with it.
I'm telling you.
Um, but that kind of thing, and I have a couple of things that I'm gonna order. I need to get school magnets with the school dates for my school district. I think that is a really good thing because again, it's a magnet. Who doesn't leave a magnet on their fridge until the end
I
of time?
literally mailed
Because
one of these to my mom last week. And so you can take down that other lady's magnet now.
mm-hmm,
And she was like, well,
mm-hmm.
she's friends with Kevin, but we would never use her. And I was like, okay, good.
That's so funny. I'm gonna do the magnets and popsicle koozies.
What is a popsicle
Cause
koozie?
how cool is that? It's a neoprene like sleeve, like you would put a beer or a soda in, but it's shaped for a one of those like little plastic tube
Huh.
popsicles.
Muy interesante.
Stop it, right? And again, it's a
Right.
family,
That would make no sense for me to
kids,
do.
like that's who my people are. So I'm gonna have those this summer. I'm gonna be usually for the school open house, the PTO does popsicles. So I'm gonna be like, listen, I'll buy the popsicles if I get to use the sleeves, and they'll be like, oh my god, absolutely. So that's gonna go home with all of the kids in the school this year, and I don't know. I just like I'm excited. I feel good. I feel like things are in it. I'm 5 years in now at this point. Like I think that I mean I say this. I think I'm starting to figure it out, but
Right.
um things are things are rolling. I'm glad. And I'm excited about this year. I'm excited about the rest of it and that's really that's really it. And honestly, my biggest thing, and you'll have to keep texting me, like I just have to stay on task because I have such a squirrel brain, and I know that you do too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's my biggest fatal flaw is just I just am like, yeah, I'm working on this. I'm like, oh, actually, I just remembered this. And then I just
Right.
and
I need to, I'll be honest, I need to, one of my things is rebuild my time blocking and stick to it. Or
Mhm.
make sure, hey, if this gets shuffled.
I've cut down my time blocking into 25-minute
Some of
increments.
mine are smaller. Like some of mine are like,
25
okay, you've got
minutes,
15 minutes.
5-minute breaks.
Here's
Mm-hmm.
another, I'll throw out a personal one. I've been getting to the gym, not as much as I want. I've noticed that I'm waking up at 5:15 for no reason. There's a 6:30 class and it's 90 degrees outside. It's not air conditioned. So if I'm waking up, I'm making the commitment today that I'm getting up and going in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gone this week because I hurt my foot falling down a flight of stairs. My whole body, like the bruises on my body right now are awful and everything just hurts to move and breathe. But that's my new commitment. Like probably after the 4th, I'm going to give these bruises another, like it literally hurts to breathe. Another day or two to heal. And then that's one of my things. Like, okay, afternoons aren't working for this, obviously. Bump it up. We're switching this
Mm-hmm.
time blocking. So then I can come home, jump into things, and then have my afternoons free for showing some personal stuff. So
Yep. I love it.
and I'm sharing your
I think
post
that's
right
it.
now.
I think that's it for our. Oh, good. Thanks. Appreciate that. No, seriously. I just like, and the sellers are great. I think that they're just like, I don't want to say it's not shocked. It's just like, are you serious? Like, there's just nobody. And like you said, showing time, like I can show them. Like, we had 2 showings this week, and approximately this is what we had, the 2 showings in this price point this week. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
And that's I hate to say this
there's.
is a hard if you don't have it if it's not it's the location right now. If it's not the location and
Mm-hmm.
priced perfectly between in this area between the end of May and after July 4th, you are going to sit because in here in the Carolinas, if it's not a hot house, it's Mother's Day, it's graduations, it's college graduations, it's 4th of July, some like this month, like or 2 months from May to
Is
July
a
in the
lot.
Carolinas, there is something every weekend, whether it's a parent's holiday, a graduation, whether it's college or high school. This is like after, this sounds awful, but in the Carolinas, summer's over after the 4th of July. I always joke, but people
Mm-hmm.
like start shutting down and those things are all over and they're like, okay, we're gearing up for school in 4 weeks. um so I think it will start to pick up, but yeah, right now that's a hard 2 months to list a house and get it sold quickly unless it's a hot ticket house.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But here's to quarter 3.
Yes, we
Good
are
luck
going to be
out
awesome
there.
and we will see you next week.
See you next week. We just finished another episode of Contracts and Chaos, but believe me, the chaos does not stop here. So check out the show notes for our email address and where to follow us on socials, and we will see you next week.